Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing some work outside in my apartment complex to this 1986 Firebird. So show season is right around the corner. We got a lot of stuff to get done, and one of the biggest things that I don't like about my car is that I get embarrassed when I have to open the hood. So if we look down inside here, we've got a lot of nasty stuff going on. So one of the things that I want to work on today is cleaning up a lot of these wires, and I've already started to do so. Got some of these bad boys already cut off. And I do have some wiring diagrams of the car just to double check to make sure that I'm not cutting off anything that I do need. However, with this being the swap, nothing's really wired except for the alternator distributor. Got a wire to the air compressor. Don't really need the old fan stuff, and as long as I don't cut off my headlights and my marker lights, I think I'll be okay. So we're gonna get back to work, cleaning up on this guy, and see what kind of results we can get to at the end. So I've already done some work over here in the corners, tearing away relays, those kind of things, to make sure we got all this out. I'm gonna pull this out, remount this ground, then I'm gonna follow these wires back across in the harness, see if I can tear those out from the other side over here. I haven't done this yet because I just now mounted the AC lines. I want to make sure I had all the plugins in for those. Some of these need some work here to be really sort of repaired. That way I don't have any kind of faulty connections. And some research is going to have to go into what these guys are right here. I don't really know what those are. I know this one takes care of my headlights. These are some fan operating systems down in here. And I know there's battery wires that go across and underneath to the other side there. So we're gonna get some more work in and see where we get to at the end of the day. The only bad thing is I've been here for probably an hour or so far, and it's been snowing on and off the whole time. So my car is covered in water already. But we'll see what we get to. Thank you. All right, we're back. We made a little bit of progress, and luckily the sun is now shining, faintly in the sky. It stopped snowing. It's warmed up a little bit. But despite all that good stuff, I've very quickly realized that my worst fears were going to be reality. So I've got a little bit of experience with wiring and reading the pinouts and doing those kind of things. I've built my own LS wiring harness for my engine. But that was not on the car, and this is on the car. It's got to take a little bit more finagling. So on my wire harness, I've got everything stripped off, or most of the way stripped off, and this is just falling apart. So first thing we're going to have to do is order a new coating or protectant stuff on here, because that is not going to fly to be reused, and then it's going to look way worse than actually probably what it did when I started. I'm also finding all these old connections in here. Maybe they weren't meant for this car, maybe they were, and stuff that I've actually never seen before, really. So we're gonna keep going. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I really think the best way to do it is take individual wires from that side to this side and get them turned down to here. And eventually what we'll do is get into the inside, take the dash back out of the car, and we'll have to get the ECM out and de-pin that, if that's even possible. So here we go. Let's get a few more hours of good work in and hopefully have less wires up here. Alright everybody, just finished up taking some of the wires out of the car. So I have a giant bag full of the wires here that I've taken off so far. I just sort of strip them and cut them here. That way whenever I go inside, back into the dash, it's right through there, I'll be able to get the ECM and see exactly what I need to take off from back there. So it looks like everything on this side that can come out, that came out, it looks like all the wires that are in this bundle right here operate the headlights and stuff up front, and I've got horns down in here. This section I have to remount this. This relay does, I believe, do stuff with AC and this compressor right here. That's the only thing really I have to make sure I keep there. Other than that, I want to get started on the passenger side right now. Alright, so we've got a lot of progress made up here. So this area, obviously it's really dirty in there. We got a lot of junk, but then a lot of hiding. We've rerouted some stuff. We pulled some stuff out of here. All those wires that are in this area are gone away and no longer needed. One thing I am going to have to do is this is the relay that makes the headlights pop up and down, and it's usually mounted right here. But where I've changed that, I'd like to really put it up in here somewhere, or preferably on the back side in here. So I'm gonna have to grab some bolts. There's plenty of holes and stuff in here I can use to mount with. There's some down in there, but these right here are beginning to be a problem, and this is part of a eBay headlight kit I thought was really going to be awesome, and they just fill with water from rain very quickly. So these are old parts, and we have to really reconnect these lines here. That way they're not flipping out here in the open. As far as this section, I've got a lot of other stuff trimmed back, but I had to stop for a while to figure out what I needed for the AC to work. So I've isolated everything that runs into the AC system. I don't exactly know what all I'm going to actually have to have, but I know that these are things that go with it, and I can easily hide those. So obviously this comes in here to a little relay that is right there. All hooks there, makes the AC work for me. And these switches here are also part of that system going into this guy. One thing I'm about to do, which I thought would be okay, since this part of our harness runs down underneath or behind the engine over top of the transmission, I'm going to take it away from the diaphragm, pop these bolts off here, and try to slide it in between here and route it under the bottom. I figured that would help with looks a little bit. It would be a little bit more out of the way. But one issue that I've been seeing here on the car is, man, we're really nasty and dirty. So probably in an upcoming video, we're going to do a lot of cleaning, a lot of maintenance. These nasty random colored valve covers are going away. This guy's going away. This guy's getting cleaned. And this right here will probably be painted nice and black again eventually too. So a lot of stuff to come. But first, master cylinder's going away. This is going on the bottom. And hopefully we'll look a little bit prettier in a few moments. So it looks like I'm going to be done for the day with where I'm at right now. So I did get a lot of stuff done over the last day or so. And here's what we ended up with today. So I mentioned AC items, stuff like that. That is all on this little wheel here, which will be going across the back. I don't have that there yet, just because I have some actual looming stuff coming in. Ordered from Summit just the other day. So I'm going to wait on that to get here before I start running everything. And also the same with these here. So I'll do another video shortly where everything is nice and cleaned up. It looks a little bit more professional. Really in this first video, I just wanted to get everything out of the way that I didn't need and run some major lines out of the way. So I mentioned running these lines here underneath the brake booster, air master cylinder rather, and out through the back. So I've done that. Trimmed up some things back behind the distributor. Grounds that no longer needed that were attached to the back of the head, those are also gone. One thing that I'm going to think about and look into getting a different one of is going to be the 3 gauges I have under the dash. So one of them was an old temperature sensor, which Holly now monitors for me with this bad boy. So I'm going to probably drop this out of the way. This one is the only oil pressure that I have though. So the car has an oil pressure sensor, but it's just an idiot light. So it's not going to be telling me anything that I need to know early enough. So I'll probably look into getting just a regular oil pressure gauge just to run separately. That way I'm not running only 1 gauge of that 3 gauge cluster. And then I'll get these items out of the way. And then the other thing I'm going to have to look into is, you know, obviously adding more of this kind of style of looming to these. And I think we'll be looking a whole lot better up under here. So I've been collecting everything that I no longer needed in this wonderful trash bag. And just by good weight, it is probably 20-25 pounds of old wiring in here, you know, things like this. So if this is the kind of content that you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. So guys, thank you very much, and until next time, go drive it.